Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Well, I don't think I have a bingo with 3 scoring tiles. None is coming to mind. The 2 least bingo-y are W and F. So I can play off those 2 with Woof, and this is quite a nice rack cleave. Oh, wow, no vowels at all in the pick. I think if I'd had just 1 vowel, I would have been close to a bingo. I do have 2 S's, so I can play off one of them quite cheaply. Woof takes an S, so I have monks in column 10. No particular wish to hang on to either of my scoring tiles. Monks isn't going to score a great deal. I could play that over the top of Woof. Now, Joel also takes an S, so this sweetens the pot for this play. Anything else other than S that Joel takes that I've got? I don't think so. So monks for 33. Well, vowels, but not A's and E's, which are the more bingo-y, and duplicates. So I don't think I'm in bingo territory here. If I am, it could be difficult to spot. I do have the oid ending with IORS. Some oid words take an S at the end. Oh wow, fantastic bingo by opponents, 78 points, and the first blank, with a rack including a V and a U, so very impressive. Now the only floater on the board, well, there's not many, but one is the M. And I'm not seeing a bingo with that. There's a V. Virusoid is good. Divisor only one O. And then there's W, doesn't look useful, so pretty slim pickings. How to sort this rack out? Well, certainly splitting up the duplicates. How can I do that? And let me have a look at the scoring tiles on the board. So I have Dromoy for 20 points. This O isn't setting up a super hot Z spot because the Z would have to follow 2 vowels, although that is possible with G's. So is this the play? It scores 20 points, which I think is the most I can target with the rack and board as it stands. Plus I'm sorting out the duplicates. Yeah, I'm going with this. And still the E's elude me, but I have an A. But I don't have a bingo here. So W my scoring tile. That can go underneath the A, but I can't get it to play twice. Now 22 for opponent. Good, they're slowing down. And I do have scoring options under pet because Jot takes an A. So I have Dort for 28 points. Decent score, keeps me in touch with opponent, and the rack leave is really good. Can I do even better here? No, I don't think I can. Yep, Jot only takes an A, and that really, of the tiles I've got, given that I don't want to burn my S cheaply. Yep, I'm going with this. Oh wow, what a pick. Pretty grim stuff. I keep IST, hoping I'll be close to a bingo, and I couldn't be further away. Through an N, I would have sank. No N's. There is an A for cat. And again, I've got double S, so I could play cats. There's an I for chi. Interesting. Only one S to come, but loads of N's. I was thinking about playing Chi and hanging on to my S's, and I still may, but with 5 N's, the opponent could take that spot. So 17 minutes on opponent's clock, 16 on mine. They're not playing super fast, which is good. Sometimes when opponents do that, you find your time disappearing very quickly. Wed only takes an S, so row K a pretty good 7-letter lane. Now, any other Q spots apart from cat and chi? Well, I guess there's cheese in row K and weds. That would score well. Although it would take out the 7-letter lane, I think the board is still fairly open. Oh, wow, another fantastic bingo from opponent. They do provide an N for sank. The Q gets doubled, but the play doesn't get tripled. So I trail by a bingo. Opponents also provided a U. So I could play quip or quips. Yeah, and although well, sank burns a C, quip burns a P. Difficult to compare these moves because you also need to consider what opponent may do. And I need to consider that I trail. So the argument for playing quip is that it keeps the board open. But then opponent has really good scoring opportunities in column 1 and column 2. Now, can I get my Q tripled? Apart from playing cat, I don't think so. But I do have cat and cats here. 33. 26. I'm reluctant to keep C and P. Quip for 30. Yeah, I'm reluctant to keep C and P, so the option of playing cheese or chi in row B I don't think is good. I'm far less likely to bingo by keeping C and P. I'm going to play Sanks for 26. Wow, and still just one vowel. This rack is too good to exchange. I've got Jim on my rack. Just looking at the floating U. And I think that's the only floating vowel. I've got my in row F, but I'd like to split up G and M. They're not particularly bingo-y, so I think Jim would be the nicest play in terms of splitting, or in terms of getting rid of the scoring tiles and leaving a decent rack leave. But the only Jim spot I've seen is row B. And I doubt that's best. Great, opponent's slowing up somewhat. UH doesn't take anything. Tig is also good. So I think I will play this. If I draw an I, then I may be close to a decent bingo in column 15. I think if opponent plays vertically in column 15, they'll be creating a new lane if they play off 2 vowels. Well, I think they'll still be getting an average score of about 30, and this is a decent rack leave. I'm going with this. And no vowels. Oh well. But I have the Y as a scoring tile. Still got the P. Through an O, I would have postdoc. Don't think there are any extensions for Sank. 40 points for opponent, that's nice. Leaving alone this M, but I can't capitalise on it. Well, I can play Impt. And maybe I should. It's 36 points, which is decent. I'm creating a bingo lane, and the rack leave is pretty good. I am going with this. Woohoo, an E. So through an R, I would have vocoders. Very few floaters on the board. Not seeing a 7 with this rack. V, not a bingo-y tile. Duplicate O, likewise. So how can I get rid of V and O? VOD, not good. And I'd like to keep the board open. But the danger of keeping the board open is that you make an opening type play, and opponent just blocks it and scores. So great, just 12 for opponent. It could indicate they're keeping 5 good tiles, which may include the blank. There are no S's to come, so I've got the last S. Opponent's provided an L, but that doesn't help. But it's good to have a floating L as a bingo floater. So how can I get rid of the V and the O? I've seen it nowhere so far. What about a play through the aerodromoi? No. I have Evo. Maybe that's the play. Tex has really choked to the bottom of the board. Tex does take a T, but that's a very specific tile. This doesn't feel good. It doesn't score enough, and the rack leave isn't fabulous enough. But Evo does take an S, and I've got the very last one. But it still feels horrible. I guess I trail by 90, and by only getting 6, if opponent gets 30, suddenly I'm a lot more than a bingo behind. 11 minutes on my clock. Do I have any KO plays? No. I don't want to burn the S. It's worth even more than it's ordinarily worth, given that it's the last one. I could play Cove. Only 13 points, and the E isn't in a bingo-y spot, so that's not creating anything. Ah, well, surely this is the play Avo. Still only 14 points, but it isn't providing the easy scoring spot that Evo does for opponents, with a blank next to a vowel next to a double letter square. I'm going with this. Okay, well, inching closer to a bingo. Through an A, I would have costated. Do I have anything with an L? Don't think so. Through an E, I would have escorted. I do have a T for text now, but no, opponent changes. Wow, that gives me a chance to get a little closer. Nothing. I do have column row B is a lane for bingos ending IES. But I don't have such a play. Row N available for ST plays. C is a bingo-y tile. It's also a scoring tile. Wow, this is the last O. Just looking for extensions of text at the beginning or the end. Not seeing anything great. $16 points there. ST is good, so column 14 quite nice. Am I really not... Is there really no bingo with the L? I don't think so. Wow, super tight spots. All these A's and E's to come. Well, I expect to be drawing some of those shortly. I could play Toko. Interesting. It doesn't score very much, but this board isn't offering very much by way of score. It's providing a bingo-y floater, which is good. It's keeping a rack, which goes well with drawing an A, E, or I. Wow, it's pretty bingo-y what's remaining. So this is... It's playing the C, although the C is bingo-y, it's not fabulously bingo-y. And the O, although it's the last one, likewise not fabulous. This is good that I'm playing off the duplicate T. I'm not providing access to the triple word square. So I'm playing off the right tiles. The issue is that I'm only getting 7 points. So can I do better than that? So many E's to come, that's crazy. I could do something like octet underneath TO. But opponents changed 5. That's a lot of tiles. They could have drawn 5 A's and E's. Let me see what octet scores. It's 16 points. I don't like it. Or do I? Or do I? Let me count the remaining vowels. 22 out of 38. There's a lot of vowels to come. 16 points. I'm burning both T's for text. I don't like that. Okay, I'm going back to Toko for 7. So, I have nestled. Does that play anywhere? I don't think it does. Dort takes an S. Does nestled have an anagram? I don't think it does. Do I have anything with an L? I don't think so. What about an I? I've still got the tiles for I, E, S. No. What about a T? No. Wow, only 14 points for opponent. That's good. Reunite takes a P, none to come. Opponent has not provided anywhere for nestle. They have obstructed the L. So I can. There are 5 E's to come. I don't have to keep hold of both. 3 E's isn't good. I trail by a bingo. So I could play light for 18, keeping a really good 4-letter set, which plays very well with A's, E's, and I's. The L not particularly useful as a floater. I am going with this. And I draw an A. I think bannets is good, and that doesn't play. I'm really looking for bingos beginning with S or T. I trail by 60. The remaining pool contains a lot of bingo-y tiles, but it also contains a lot of scope for vowel-heavy racks. Just the Z to come of the really big tiles. BI is good. So I've got nab and buy for about 20, which keeps me within a bingo's reach. Great, only 30 for the Z for opponents. They have taken the spot I had eyed up for nab. No extensions of Z. 5 minutes on my clock. So surely the play here is banned. Still 16 tiles left. This is 29 points and a great rack leave. I'm going with this. Oh, I draw the F and the U. Pretty much the two least bingo-y tiles in the pool. Unfreeze is good. That plays in column 14. Wow, will it stay available? I'm only 69 behind. Does opponent have the second blank? I don't think unfreeze plays anywhere else. Just 6 tiles above the T of Dort. Opponent may be in the position of having a bingo which doesn't play, but the T of Imp takes a lot of vowels, and opponent has one. Second blank, taking my unfreeze spot, and not providing an alternative. Okay. So 5 tiles left. I trail by 130, so I think this game is lost. I can play Fear for 38. Now, when did I play off? I was banned when I played off my T for text. Maybe I should have paused a bit before doing that. Anyway, Fear for 38. What does that achieve? Well, I think I'm in the territory of minimizing my losing spread, and I think this has to achieve that. Yeah, the only bingo lane now after Fear would be putting an S on the end of Dort, but that has to be in second place. So I'm going with Fear. And no S in second place. Wow, remaining pool very vowel heavy, but that won't worry opponents. What can I do with this rack? Not very much. Can I get to 300 points? So I could play Neb and Ob. Okay, 15 for opponent. They stick an E in the open. That doesn't give me a bingo. I don't think I have a 7 here. Nebris is onto an S. Okay, but surely there's some scoring potential here. I've got Bine, and I will be going out with ERS. Opponent's not going out with their score. Yeah, I'm going with this. Yay, over 300. So where's best for ERS? I've got ERS and EEN. I think Bine takes an S. So I've got SER and Bines. Well, quite a few options. None of them winning. I have SER. Let me see what this scores. That's 14. That's 13. Okay. But can I do even better? having hung on to the S for so long. Is there anything pluralizable on the board? Still 3 minutes on my clock. No, I think this is the best I've seen. Yeah, Surfer 14. And the final score, 339 for me, 409 for opponent, a winning margin of 70 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. So it was me to go first. I play Woof, and I like that. It's 18 points, so it's 12 off the top. But I'm retaining the S, which is worth about 10 points. So I think Woof is best, and a short play provides less for opponent. Opponent with the blank plays Joel, and now I have monks for 33. So far so good. But look at this. Horrible rack, G, U, and V, but fabulous spot of orching by opponent. Projects them into the lead, and I've drawn poorly. Phew, no miss bingo. I played Dromoy for 20. Could have played Drew, A12, but that keeps duplicate I and opens row A, so I prefer my play. Wow, nice pick of random tiles, although Val dry. Opponent plays Pet. And Dort for 28. That was my play. Now, opponent's rack has matured in the way that you like it to when it's yours. And they get a bingo down of Nature's for 72. So, super open board with a triple lane available. And I don't have the tiles to capitalise. So I thought about cats, didn't like CP. Well, thought about all these options, I think. And I went with Sanks for 26. 7 points less than the cats play. Yeah. Well, I still think these plays are close, even if cats is better. Missed bingo, earhole, difficult one to see. That plays in row B. And underneath Dort. Wow, so opponent plays EH. I have this rack. Wow, Impt playable at this point. Above Dromoy. I played Jim for 10 fewer points, keeping a slightly better rack leave. Yeah, maybe Impt would have been the play. Now, nice score for opponent of 40 points. And now I do play Impt. So I'm still within a bingo's reach of opponent. Opponent plays Lid. And now this was tricky. And I went with Avo for 14, retaining the E. I could have got 7 more points, burning the E, keeping double O. So I think Avo is a better play. Wow, opponent's close to a bingo, but too many duplicates. They change. Now I play Toko for 7, which obviously is a lot less than the scores here. But I'm keeping DEST, and only the stopped play keeps the E, and that burns the S. So my play retains E and S, which none of these suggested moves do. So I still like my play. Opponent plays Reunite. Now I have a Homeless Nestled. So I play Lied for 18. And I think these plays which score a lot more are burning the S. So I like my play. Opponent plays Z. And I play Band burning the T for text. But all of these plays burn the T or the S. And there are other lanes on the board, in particular column 14, so I like my play. However, opponent has the second blank, has a bingo. My unfreeze spot not available. So I play Fear. Opponent plays Eel. Benny's playable. And Binds. Yeah, Benny's. Getting the B doubled. Yeah, that would have been the play. Opponent plays AY. And finally, M7. Oh, ERS and Webb's playable 4-15. So 1 point dropped at the death. So what a game. Super exciting stuff, and also somewhat frustrating. I felt that at times I was keeping good rack leaves and drawing poorly, so that my rack went further away from a bingo instead of closer to one. But that's just one of the hazards of Scrabble play, and there's no reason why it can't happen multiple times in one game. So you just need to suck that sort of consequence up. Many congratulations to opponent on their victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.